Welcome, everyone. We are all back together. The band is all together now. For this one for the Husky Vibe podcast. This is Ariel and
this is Jonathan.
Right on cue, right there. You know, what I mean, with no visual aids whatsoever. So I hope that last week's rant didn't scare all of you away. I mean, not that it scared many people. The same amount of people that always listen, and that includes me. Anyway,
did you scare yourself away yet?
No. I gotta live with this body, so I mean, I accept myself every time I look in my mirror. And it's like, well, it's another day. Another day with this fat fuck. Anyway. So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, let me say sorry to whoever is listening. Last week it was a wild Sunday. I don't know if I told you this. I don't know. Long story short, you probably read it.
Yeah, I kind of read the whole backstory.
Yeah, it was a crazy. My sister-in-law was leaving from Westchester County airport to go to Orlando to go to Disney. They only had like one or two people checking people in, and the plane left with only 32 people on it out of the 150 that were supposed to be on it.
The airline. What was it?
Westchester Airport, but it was JetBlue.
Oh, living up to the well-earned reputation that have gathered now for the past year.
Exactly. So long story short, everyone in front of her was making plans, and she tried to make plans, and there was no rental car, there was no flight leaving that day. Best thing for her was to drive her own car down to Washington D.C., which is the next flight out the next day, and take the plane to Orlando. But here's the thing: from Orlando, because she was meeting my other sister-in-law down at Disney, she's going to California.
Oh my God!
So that means, and then that flight covering from California is to New York.
So
she would have to find her way back to D.C. if she needed to. So me and my mother-in-law got into my car.
Oh my God!
Picked her up at Westchester Airport and drove her down to D.C. on Sunday, and came back Sunday night around probably 11:30.
Jesus Christ!
So, you know,
it's
the only thing. Well, it wasn't the only thing she could have done, but there was no rental car. How to get her car back was just going to be too busy. And I don't mind driving. I like drives. Wasn't too much traffic. It was just, couldn't make it to the podcast. There was no way. It was a 10-hour round trip.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I have yet to enjoy the benefits of driving in this country because of all the shit that I've gone through yet. I mean, I still haven't, because I do have a driver's license from DR, but you know how in this country, certain states, now I won't say all of them, but certain states, including this one where we live, ask that, you got a driver's license. That's nice. It don't mean shit here. You got to start the process as if you were 16. Fuck you. Back in the line.
Well, I would start the process.
No, I already have the learner's permit. I just need to do the driver. I'm like, I've been driving for years now. Why do I have to do this shit again?
Because driving in the DR is nothing like driving in the USA, sir.
I would beg to differ. Yes, it's different, but in DR, when you learn how to drive in DR, I assure you, sir, by personal experience, you might as well earn a degree in NASA, and you can fly a fucking jet fuel plane on those motherfuckers that leave the planet, because the reflexes. The level of detail that you develop not a sixth sense. Fuck the sixth sense. A 19th sense. You develop shit that you didn't know your brain could develop. You are looking at shit that you never thought was possible because you have to anticipate accidents in milliseconds. Because people drive like they're motherfucking crazy in DR. They drive like madmen. And you have to anticipate. I'm glad, this is why it sounded crazy, but I'm glad to say that I've only had 2 accidents in DR. This sounds crazy because like 2 accidents, ain't that a little much? Not in DR. That's a fucking miracle. That is like, people were like, teach me, oh master.
2% of people that have 2 accidents in DR the whole time they're driving there. That's where you fall under.
Like, no, dude. Like, people, like, the amount of accidents that happen in DR, like, I think driving kills more than drinking in DR, and more than anything.
Well, that's because people are drinking and then driving over there.
Yes,
I
among
see some
other
pretty
things.
nasty accidents over there.
Among other things, it's like, you have to understand that DR is the land where logic died. There is no place for logic in DR. So when you learn how to drive in DR, like I remember a cousin of mine, she's been living here, and she still lives here where we live in let's say Geekville. Okay, we're not naming places, actual places.
Let's call them Gotham.
Nah, Gotham. This does not bring the dignity to qualify the Gotham. Anyway, let's say Geekville. She's been living here all her life, all her goddamn life, and she's, I won't say the age. Let's not put her out there. Anyway, she went to visit in DR with her husband, and I said, well, I'll take you out. We'll go back to a grandma's house, but first I got to pick up my wife. She's has a meeting at work. It's a little far away, but if you want to take the trip with me, no problem. And she said, okay. So she ride it out with me with her husband. They sat in the back, and I went and picked up my wife. It was like a good 30-minute drive, not because it's that far away. It's because of traffic. Because you have to understand, in DR, it's always...
Well, you live near the capital, right?
No, I live in Santiago. Santiago is the second busiest city in the island.
Yeah.
Santo Domingo, I wouldn't live there if they pay me $20 billion. I wouldn't live there because the traffic is stagnant. Like, you will stand in the same corner for 80 minutes in the same corner because traffic will not move. It is that bad. It is horrible in Santo Domingo.
That is bad.
That is horrible. Santiago, I mean, like, I complain about Santiago, but when I took an Uber to go to Santo Domingo to do some diligence, the Uber driver was like, I told him, man, this is bad. And he was like, well, where are you from? Santiago. They go, oh, I wish I lived in Santiago. I was like, I wish. My God, I would have made so much money. But here, with this stupid traffic, I made like maybe 4 or 5 routes a day. In Santiago, I would have made it like 18. I would have been making bank by now. But the thing is, we went to one of the most busiest avenues in DR, which is Estrella Sadala. It's a long ass avenue, and man, they were like grabbing the seat, like clawing it, driving their nails inside, holding the front seat, like, oh my God, oh Jesus, they just come out anywhere. Like, oh my God, watch out. I'm like, I see them. You're not looking. I know. I just know where they are. Like, you don't understand. You have to do this stupid math in your head. Like, it's math without doing math. It's like you are creating a 20-dimensional thing in your head, knowing where everybody is, guessing, and you have to do almost a 99.9% accurate guess of where everybody is. And you have to anticipate what everybody's doing in order for you not crash, because that's the only way. You have to have like concentration. I mean, I should call NASA to go to DR and study some of the good drivers over there. I would start with my dad. I would start with my dad. Like, he was an anomaly. He drove better drunk.
Well, like I said on the previous podcast, my brother does the same thing. It's just they park perfect. It's just,
yes,
their brain's on a whole nother level for some reason.
Yes, I mean, it's like the reasonable the reasonable and professional one, the professional side of the brain, like wakes up for the driving portion, while the rest of it is like dead.
Yeah, something must happen.
Yeah, but then once they get home, it's like they sleep right on the wheel.
No, my brother finds out a way to how to get back inside.
I know. We had to pick up our dad.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
We
Your
had
brother say, "Go pick up your dad."
we had to pick him up. My mom was like, "Pick your lazy ass dad from the vehicle." He got home, thankfully. It must have been God guiding the vehicle.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Well, he took it and brought him home. I won't say safely, but I would say with his pockets with less money than he had before. God knows what he did with it. Drank it all, probably. Or
Drank
it or spent it in whores.
Got his dinglings licked or something.
Yeah. How do comedians say? Oh yeah, he got his dick wet.
Yeah. Anyway, how did you go from driver license to talking about dicks?
Hey, it's all relative.
Just one big flow.
In DR, is like, yes, exactly. You drive and you get your dick sucked. That's
all at the same time. Daddy, can I go on that amusement park ride?
You slapped me right in the face. Boy, you don't talk to me that way. Now, when you turn 18, we talk. Like, my dad was such a hood. My dad was hood. You have to understand, like, people from DR would understand when I say he was born in La Jolla. Now, in DR, back in the 70s, there are two places that you mentioned that you know that you was a hood if you were born in specific places. And La Jolla was like, damn. Damn. When you turn somebody and say, oh, de La Jolla, and you in the 70s, and people were like, oh, damn. this guy this guy's a hood. He is hood. He is hood, and he was hood. And he even told us, I mean, because he stopped being hood when he found God and all that. But he told us, like, and that's the thing about the beauty about my dad, that he has no filter in his mouth whatsoever. And he will, even if it makes him look like a piece of shit, he will tell you exactly what is. He won't lie to you. He will tell you exactly what is, because he has no filter in his mouth. Like, whatever filters that exist that human beings have developed by putting filters between what the brain is thinking and the mouth says, my dad was born without that gene. It does not exist. It does not compute. He will tell you exactly what he's thinking, and there is no imagination that you have to add into it. You just know. No. There's no fucking sugarcoating whatsoever with this man. Absolutely none. And he was to tell us, like, yeah, when you guys were going to turn 13, I was going to send you all to a brothel.
Damn.
I was going to send you both to a brothel because I wanted you to be a man and not find out, like a pariguayo, a famous Dominican phrase. I don't want you to be a pariguayo. I want you to know. I want you to know firsthand. I wanted you two to get your dicks wet at 13.
Mm.
He was planning on it, but then he found God, and then that plan fell apart.
So I don't know if I should feel sad for you or happy for you.
I don't know. I mean, eventually I did get my dick wet, so eventually.
Yeah, but 13,
that's a little too young, though. That's a little too young.
You got girls out here at
I know, but
13-year-olds shaking their asses in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a daddy of a little girl who's gonna become 11 this year, so
yeah,
it gives me a whole nother perspective of like, no,
you
thank
better
you.
Lock her in the house and don't let her out until she's 44.
Dude, they're already after her, and she's 10.
Yeah, man, it's that Dominican, man. Dominicans are crazy.
She's 10 and she's already getting like boyfriends, potential boyfriends already showing up.
I told my wife, I said, if we have a girl, She's not leaving the house until she's 44. That
Nah,
and
I
then
mean,
probably own a shotgun too.
no, no. My wish was that I had a man. I did have a man cave in DR, but since we moved here to Geekville, that's gonna be another period of time to wait until I get
Oh
another
yeah, oh yeah.
get
It,
another man cave. Nonetheless,
Geekville is very expensive to even have a one room.
yeah. So I guess the plan will be Florida or something. No, not even Florida. Florida is expensive as hell now.
No, no. I mean, not really, but it's definitely the job opportunities down there is not like it is up here.
Nah,
You don't
nah,
get paid the same either.
nah, 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 nah. The thing is that the plan was by the time she was getting offers from the male side of the aisle, the plan was that I would have a man cave with filled up to the brim with all the utensils that Frank Castle and Wade Wilson would have.
Frank Castle. Oh, that man.
And if people haven't gotten the reference yet, I'll just use their common known names: Punisher and Deadpool.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I got it.
So
I don't know
no,
if they got it.
that was for the ignorance out there
Okay.
that didn't understood. So yeah, I was gonna have katana blades, shotguns, M16, AK-47s, the whole spiel, you Uzis, the whole thing, and just like brand them, like just show them off to the potential newcomer. I was like, oh yeah, come in my room, let's talk. And so I just take out the katana blade and just sharpen it right in front of him. So like, so you're gonna bring my daughter here at 8 o'clock, right? So sir, it's 7:30. It's like you better get her back then. Like so I guess the night is over then.
I love. You ever watched the movie Uncle Buck
Oh yeah,
with John Candy?
when he
When
went
he
with
sharpened.
the screwdriver.
No, when he sharpens his knife and he goes, "I can circumcise a gnat."
That's an image.
The dude's face in the movie was like, "Oh, fuck this, I'm out."
No, my favorite movie of hazing a potential boyfriend was in Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys still, yeah.
Oh
You
God,
ever
that's
made love to a
glory.
man? No. You want to? That was my next one. That was my next one.
Oh
Uncle
God.
Buck came in my head when he was sharpening his knife, like you said about your blades, and it
Uh-huh.
just came and it was just like, this knife is so sharp I can circumcise a gnat. And the dude's face, hilarious.
God, I miss John Candy. Oh God, that was a
But yeah, Bad
especially.
Boys 2 was a good one.
Oh my God, that's so funny. With Bad Boys 2, that was a like what was it they said? Like, how old are you? 16. Motherfucker, you
Motherfucker, you look like 32.
motherfucker, you look like 30. They said another word we can't say though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was a good one, man. That's another good movie I love watching.
So yeah, I was telling you before we recorded that I was going to go see what's the name of the movie again? Idiocracy. Yeah. So
I thought that was a show. I didn't even know that was a movie.
yeah, no. So apparently, it's very prophetic to what's going on nowadays. So I'm curious to see the movie. I mean, from one side of me is like grateful that I didn't see it back when it came out. I think it came out back in '08.
Okay.
So one side of me is thankful that I got to see it now because it's like almost people say it's like God damn it, this is a document. This is not a funny movie anymore. This is a documentary. They went to the future and they captured exactly what the nation has become. It's like, have you seen Demolition Man?
No.
Oh Lord, I mean, this was one of the. It was a cringy movie back when it came out. You know, it was Sylvester Stallone versus Wesley Snipes,
Okay.
and Sandra Bullock as one of her first roles, becoming famous, and she was I guess she was Sylvester Stallone's love interest. When you think about it now, he's like 30 years older than her.
Is that when
Wesley Snipes had the blonde hair.
no
He looked like Dennis Rodman.
was that when they would trying to teach Sandra Bullock English or whatever?
No, 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 no.
I was thinking of another movie.
No, no, no. It's the movie is that both Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone's a cop, and Wesley Snipes is a villain, a bad guy. So Sylvester Stallone catches him, but Sylvester Stallone's character is called the Demolition Man because every time he tries to catch a bad guy, he basically destroys the building where he's at because he blows up everything. You know, typical 80s, 90s action hero flick. So, you know, a lot of collateral damage, a lot of building destruction and whatnot. So, because of that, he did catch the bad guy, but they also put him into prison. But since this is quasi the future, the new way to imprison people was to put them on ice. They literally freeze them for years. So they put Sylvester Stallone on ice, and they put also Wesley Snipes on ice. So like 30 years passed by, so it's now the future. I don't know. I think it's 2030 or 2040 or something like that. And they free both of them, and they try to rehabilitate them. They put like implants in their brains to rehabilitate them, but for some reason, Wesley Snipes now has upgrades. He knows martial arts. He knows how to use any type of firearm, and the future now is like a dystopia. It's like the perfect balance. Like you see the movie, you would dare to use the W word that people dread to use now. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. Woke. So the whole world has become woke, and you can't cuss, you can't smoke, you can't drink alcohol, you can't do anything. Everything has to be, and there was only one restaurant in the entire city. And by the way, they called it San Angeles because the big earthquake happened. So whatever was left of L.A. became now Saint Angeles. So the only restaurant that was left, because apparently there was a franchise war. This is part of the story, by the way. So the only franchise that was left in the entire planet, Taco Bell. So
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
And so so imagine Sylvester Stallone, testosterone in the flesh, waking up to this Wokeville piece of shit world that only plays jingles from the 1950s. That's the radio stations. They don't play music. They play jingles from the 1950s because all music is abolished. All action movies are abolished.
Just jingles.
Yes, just 1950s jingles. Not even jingles from the 80s or the 90s. No, 1950s jingles.
So was 1950 like a calmer time in America?
Like, it was the most gingerbread generation, like mind-numbing fuckville of the universe. Like, people, you know. I mean, I would imagine you don't even know because you were probably not raised on the generation that I was with Nick at Night that had the 1950s sitcoms reruns. So I got to see what was like to see.
Nick at Night was all that.
There you go. See,
and are you afraid of the dark?
There you go. So my Nick at Night was giving reruns from the 1950s and 60s. So it's like the most gingerbread cut Mary Poppins bullshit that you ever seen in your fucking life. It is boring as hell, and this is the type of thing that they were trying to impose on people. So that's the whole thing. So there's this underground group that live under the city that wants to live freely, and the leader of this group is Dennis Leary. You've heard of him?
No.
Okay, stand-up comic from the 90s, cusses like a sailor, talks 20,000 words per minute. Think about Bill Burr with hair.
Okay.
Think about it like that way. Bill Burr, but with hair. So, and also from Massachusetts. So the pissed off, it comes out pretty quick. So Basically, that's the whole movie. And when you see Demolition Man, I would recommend it if you haven't seen it. Then so it gives you kind of an idea what has become now. So now Demolition Man. I mean, it wasn't a great action movie. It was kind of cheesy, but I guess that was kind of the point. But now that movie has become like a prophecy, a fulfillment of prophecy, if you will, because that's basically what we're seeing now. Basically, like trying to wash everything away and make everything, trying to give this appearance of neatly stuff, but by imposing it, not by people actually wanting to be this way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, which is, I don't know if that relates to anything that is happening now. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, in a way, I
to
guess.
each its own. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, it's just another movie I got to add to my list. But
Yeah.
it's crazy. This world is crazy. I did watch came out on Friday though. The Terminal List. I don't know if that's something you're gonna want to watch, but
The
it was a good
terminal
show.
list. What is it about?
So it was directed and Chris Pratt was like the main guy. Basically, the first season. I don't know if they're gonna have more than one season, but
Oh, the terminal. Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
Terminal List.
The
Yeah,
Amazon Prime
yeah.
series. That's supposed to be a dude that has suffering from PTSD from the war.
Yeah, supposedly,
Uh huh.
but I won't ruin it.
Okay, and I'll wait until the whole season is out already, or just
Yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Amazon doesn't really fuck around with that shit. They when they come out with seasons with shows like that, like Jack Reacher and all that, they just throw out everything.
Oh, dude, I already binged it. Reacher already. I already
Yeah,
binged it.
Reacher. I think I did maybe in a day.
Yeah, I
Maybe
did it in a
a
couple of
day and one
days.
and like a couple hours after the day because I started it late.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Terminal List to me was like that. I had no choice but to finish it in 2 days because I had a lot of
Well, we kind of have time now.
yeah. So that's why I watched it. I started watching it Friday night really late. I think I started
Oh,
watching it because the shows are
okay,
like an hour almost. So
okay.
I started watching it probably around like
Uh,
9 or 10 o'clock at night. I
so
did like 3 shows and then I did the next three on the next day.
okay,
I think that in that no was it no I must have did 4 and 4. I think I did 4 and 4.
okay.
But it was really good. It kept me in. Um, it was good. I liked it. I mean, I'm not gonna throw any opinions on it, on anyone else like to force you to like it, but I thought it was very well written and was Chris Pratt did a great job.
No, no.
Um,
I mean,
it was good.
I heard the episode of Joe Rogan when the creator, the dude that wrote the book, he was in his
Yeah,
podcast, and he was the one who handpicked Chris Pratt for the role. He handpicked Chris Pratt for the role, and when they asked Joe Rogan, I mean Joe Rogan didn't ask because Joe Rogan knows Chris Pratt personally, but he said that I picked him because when I wrote the story and I saw develop, and when he saw Chris Pratt in Zero Dark 30, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's the dude."
yeah, he
This
was. They picked a good person to do that.
Yeah, because he surprises you because people still have him with the mind. They still think of him as the dude from Parks and Rec and Star Lord, because Star Lord, kind of a
Yeah,
dorky. He's a hero, but kind of a dorky hero.
but just like Jack Ryan, was it Jack? I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Um, the guy from Quiet Place was that guy married to
John Krasinski, I think is
yeah,
his name.
he's from The Office. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did Jack Ryan. I don't know if you've seen it in Prime yet.
No, no, I haven't seen that one yet.
Binge that. There's 2 seasons to that.
Is he
Two
coming
good.
back?
Yeah, it's coming back for the third.
Oh, you saw him that he did Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Strange?
No, I haven't watched Doctor Strange yet, the new one. It
Okay.
just came out on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I haven't sat down to watch it with my
I
wife.
saw it.
I got my wife hooked into Marvel when the world wasn't fucked up with the pandemic and everything. We used to go to the movie. That was our thing. Dinner, let's go watch a Marvel movie. and you sit down, and just watch a movie and enjoy yourself. Um,
I like the movie. I won't spoil it for you. Then I already
yeah,
see it.
that's why I haven't really said anything about Terminal List because you said you're gonna go watch it. So,
Okay.
but um, but
Well,
yeah,
I just spoiled one thing for you, but then again, the images of him wearing the Fantastic Four uniform has been out on the internet for over a month now. So
yeah, I mean, that's not really gonna ruin it. I mean, yeah, he's there.
yeah, he's there
Yeah.
among other
Okay.
characters, which I will shut up now. I won't say
Yeah.
anything.
So
Don't
But
don't
just like
go.
John Cullity with Jack Ryan, you need to watch Jack Ryan. He
One
did a
thing I will say
fucking amazing
about
job.
one thing I'll say about Multiverse of Madness: don't overextend your expectations. Not in a bad way.
But do I need to watch Spider Man
No,
to
no,
watch
it's
that one?
not. It's
Because
not necessary. It's not necessary to watch Spider Man because
I,
they
I
do a
haven't
little
really watched Spider
reference.
Man's movies.
No, they do a little reference about what happened, but it was something just like a little conversation, and that's it.
Okay. So then, all right. Because I thought I had to watch Spider Man
Nah, nah,
No
nah,
Way
nah.
Home before I
No,
watched that.
because
And I really, like I said, I know you love Spider Man. And I have nothing against Spider Man. It's just, I was never really like a fan of this. But
wh-
playing his game, that fucking game was amazing on
uh,
PS5.
why
That game
is
did a
it
really good
that
game.
of my trinity of superheroes, my trinity is in no particular order because I love them all three equally. It's Superman, Batman, Spider Man, and I switched all three, seeing who's the one on top, and then the other ones that fall under the list. But that's my trinity of
Hmm.
superheroes. Why is it that in my trinity, two of those characters have the best video games based on comic books?
I don't know. The fucking Spider Man game was really fucking
But
good.
Arkham
I
Asylum.
couldn't stop watching. I couldn't. I didn't even play that Batman one, and I almost bought it.
Look, I had Arkham Asylum for PS3, and I was addicted to that game. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking Batman. I'm fucking Batman. You can do everything Batman does. It's fucking amazing. That game is like, yes, everything that Batman has, you can do, and you can fight like 20 people at the same time. It's so good, and you have combos that you can use against them.
I
You
think they
beat the
must have. Go ahead.
no, you beat the bejesus out of those criminals. You beat the crap out of them, and Batman just swinging, and then the game also allows you that if you want to, and you have to buy them. But I believe I used a cheat code, something like that. I was able to unlock Nightwing.
What's that?
Nightwing, Batman's original Robin, who's now an adult. Dick Grayson,
Oh,
who arguably is like after Batman the best character in the Batman family. Like right after Batman is Nightwing. Everybody loves Nightwing. Like in the Batman fandom, when you mention Nightwing, that's like, yep, close the store. That's it. It's done. Close it. That's it. No more options. Like, no, what about the other? Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. It's Nightwing and that's it.
yeah. I was gonna. PS came out with this. PS PlayStation came out with this new thing, like 3 tier thing, like you can buy. So it's like you can buy like PS Plus, like Premium, which is like whatever the normal standard was, and they came out with like two other things. And I believe on the highest pay one, I think it was like 100, I think $100 a year. They give you all these games for free, like going back to like PS1, like certain games, and I think Batman was one of them.
Which one? Arkham
Yeah,
Asylum or Arkham City?
the newest one that came out is the one.
Arkham Knight.
No,
Arkham Knight. I think it was
the
the
night.
third one.
Well, maybe they have both of them out because I know they were coming out with a lot of PS3 games that were popular back then,
Mm.
and I think
No,
that's one
because
of them.
Arkham Knight was for PS4.
No, so the PS3 one. They haven't
So
come out with a lot of PS4 games yet.
because I know that Arkham Knight did came out for PS4. I mean, it was available for PS3 as well, but it came out specifically for PS4.
Yeah, so it must have been the Arkham one.
Arkham and Arkham City. Then
Yeah.
that's the
So
one I had. That game is fucking tits.
yeah. So, but like I said, I wasn't a really big Batman fan, and I never really bought it. But Spider Man, it was like the first game that really was made for PlayStation 5. So when I got my PS5, I didn't really have any games. And then
Which
I
one? The
saw,
Miles Morales? Miles Morales was the one that's made for PS5
yeah,
because
that one.
well, I like Miles Morales because he has a little bit more powers than normal
Yeah.
traditional Spidey because
So I
he can
downloaded
become
that
invisible
game.
and he throws that
Yep.
venom shot,
Yeah.
the electric
So
shock.
I uh I downloaded the game because I didn't have any games yet,
Mm-hmm.
and I just went at it for like 3 hours, and I lost time. I lost time. It was like my wife was calling me. It's dinner time. I was like, holy shit,
Hmm.
because I got the PlayStation. Um,
No, you told me that you
yeah, I
wanted
won
on
it,
you
but like
wanted
I
on.
didn't have any games yet. But that was the first game I bought.
Oh yeah,
I
because
downloaded it and just
did
went at it.
you didn't get the digital one. You got the one
No,
that takes the disc.
no, it's digital.
Oh.
I didn't have any games, and I bought it. I turned on the PlayStation, I
Ah.
set it up the way I needed to, and I downloaded it right then and there.
That's the problem with getting the digital one because then you don't actually you're gonna have to travel with the damn thing if you want to use those games somewhere else.
Yeah, I beat the game. Like it took me like a week and a half,
No, I mean
and
that it's
it's
cool that
there.
you get it there digitally because I did have the Arkham City one in digital too for the
Yeah.
PS3. I had it digital. I didn't buy it. I got it digital because I don't know how I won that code. I think it was like a raffle from my job. I
Mm,
think it was something like that. I wanted a raffle, so I got like codes for the PS Store,
mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Well, fuck yeah, I'm gonna buy this shit now." So I bought it from the PS Store online store, and I just downloaded it, and they even gave me. Oh, that's how I got the Nightwing, because I had enough codes to buy characters in the game too.
That's
So
cool.
so I bought Nightwing, I bought Catwoman, uh, and a few bat suits.
Yeah, I usually buy my games. I don't like downloading them.
Yeah, me
I like all of the
neither.
games I buy now. I usually just
Because
I'll,
I mean the game is already expensive as is. The fucking game is already expensive as is, and then these fucking companies now like what? But wait, there's more.
yeah.
And it's like motherfucker, I already bought the goddamn game. Give me the
Right.
fucking old game. That's it. Don't try to fuck me more in the ass that I already have.
I mean, I remember when SmackDown came out, the
Those didn't
PlayStation
have.
One.
th-
Those you unlock characters.
Yeah, you
They
unlocked and
were
you didn't have
they
to
were
buy
in
shit.
exactly Nintendo 64. No mercy. You
Oh,
unlock a fuck ton of characters in
oh,
that
that's the
fucking show.
fucking best game ever.
You
Best
unlock
wrestling game ever. Ever.
WCW one was nice too.
Yeah, but
Revenge.
but the whole like
Those two
WWF
were
No
the best.
Mercy. No, but no WWF No Mercy because it was the same company that made them. It
Yeah.
was the same company. It's just that WWF No Mercy was the upgrade to all that,
That
and the
fucking game is
gameplay.
still legit.
Fuck, that's the tightest fucking wrestling game ever. I used to have an N64.
I
I was
still have mine.
no, I think I hawked mine. I don't know what the fuck I did with mine. Anyway, the thing is that I used to play that game hours on end, like
Yes, you
after
can.
work. Holy shit. It was hours on end. Like I never got tired of playing that game. I never got tired. Never.
You created your own guy, did your own moves,
Yes.
everything, and then dude, I still play to the. If I'm downstairs, like in my somewhat game room, man cave,
Mm-hmm.
I throw that bitch on, and I'll wash clothes down there, and I will fucking play. I'll do a Royal Rumble
Look,
and first getting in there first.
look. To
Try to be
me,
like Stone Cold and just
best
rip everyone
wrestling
out.
games ever. It's to me is No Mercy and then WWE SmackDown. Here comes the pain.
Oh,
The-
the SmackDown ones were fucking legit. I wish I can. Wish that they came out with it on PS Store so you can buy it when they, because they're
Yeah,
doing a lot of games like that. They're just,
yeah.
they're
Like
re-upping it for 4K
like
and stuff like that.
the one I had, John Cena was starting using the jorts. So so
No, my game was the first two ones that came out.
the SmackDown 1
SmackDown,
and SmackDown 2,
yeah,
or for the
those to
PS1.
me, those to me, and No Mercy, hands down the best wrestling
Yes,
games I ever
but
played.
the thing, look, I love those two games too. I had them, but SmackDown Here Comes the Pain had this little extra thing. Like I don't know what it was. I mean, I loved that game to death until it was stolen from me. Uh,
Wow.
that no, oh dude, it was on my honeymoon.
Oh
It was on
God.
my honeymoon. I went to my honeymoon. Wasn't at home for 3 days because
Someone broke
honeymoon.
into your house.
Yep, and stole my computer, stole my PS2, and it had the game inside because that's the only game I played. It had the game inside. I was like, "Fuck!"
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it took years for me to get another to get the PS3. But by the time I got the PS3, it was already almost dead. It was already phasing out, and PS4 was starting. But I didn't have the budget to buy it because once you marry, you get more conscientious. I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't give a
Of course.
shit. I didn't give a shit. I used my Christmas bonus from my dad's work in '02, if when I, because I since I don't know, from '01, because I worked like half a year and my dad. And when I got here to the States, he said, "Oh, I got you your Christmas bonus." It's like, why? Well, you worked almost a year in DR. You have to give the Christmas bonus if you worked at least 6 months. You get the Christmas bonus. So I'm gonna send you the money. They're okay. And when he got me the money, I was like, well, shit. What should I do? And this is '01. So guess what I did? I bought the PlayStation 2. It just came out because I had no responsibility. I was a stupid ass kid. So I didn't have any responsibility. I didn't think about, in the future you might need money, so might as well save it, you dumb fucking piece of shit. But no, I was like, no, I wanted my PlayStation. And then I bought my fucking stupid PlayStation. I mean, my brother wasn't even better. He had a Dreamcast.
Oh,
He had a Dreamcast. Look, he had a PS1, a Dreamcast, and then I bought the PS2, and I bought the N64. So we were like competing with each other, like who has more consoles. So I was
yes. Oh,
like no, no, and we lived in the same house, and he locked himself in his room, and I locked myself in my room, and I played my games in my room, he played these games in his room, and we didn't share.
no reason to share. He didn't have anything good. No offense.
Hey, when the Dreamcast came out, it was like it
It was
was
hot.
it
It was
was the
hot because
hot.
everyone was like Nintendo 64, and then the Dreamcast. It was like it was almost similar, but they didn't know
No,
what the
but
hell to do with it.
the Dreamcast had better graphics than the N64, but then came the PS2 and blew that shit out of the
Blew
water.
everything out of the water. And then Microsoft was like, "Oh well, if Sony could build such a system, let's build something too. Let's call it Xbox."
And they had The Rock promote it.
Yeah, and then I bought an Xbox,
You
and
know
I
that I
bought it.
still have the Dreamcast in DR?
Oh, dude,
That thing is yellow though, and it doesn't read disc.
tell your wife to sell it for a peso. You do you a favor.
No, it doesn't. The disc it doesn't read disc anymore. I think I still have a few games.
Throw that shit out.
Hey, that Dreamcast got me entertained for a minute.
Oh my god. Yeah, but anyway, it's
You just negated the Dreamcast. Like,
I'm
look,
sorry.
dude, that was the last the last of the Mohicans for Sega. That was the last console Sega ever did.
Sega should have just stayed with the Genesis and would have been fine. They didn't need to
Hey,
make another fucking system.
Genesis for a minute was beating the shit out of Nintendo.
Oh, of course, because they came out Sonic. What was that other game? Street Fighter.
But then PlayStation came out and was the
Blew everyone out of the water. I mean, the Nintendo 64 before the PlayStation kept me busy for a long. My cousin was like, "Oh, hey, I'm not playing this anymore. Do you want it?" I was like, what is it? Oh, it's a Nintendo 64. I go, okay, I never had a system other than Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all those systems. He gave me like 5 games,
Hey,
and
su-
it was like awesome.
real
And then I
talk.
was,
N-
oh,
Super Nintendo lasted a while.
yeah, because no one was fucking with it.
I mean,
No one knew what the hell to do with it.
I mean,
Like it was just like, okay,
Super Nintendo came out what in 90, 91, and it was the default console for like 7 years. For like 7 years, nobody touched it, and then it came out the Genesis and beat the shit out of it. And then Sony decided, wait, there's game in this shit. Okay, let's get in this. PlayStation came out, beat the shit out of everybody. Then Nintendo was like, wait a minute, we the kings here. Then N64.
came out in 1990.
Mm-hmm. So then it came out in N64 and beat the shit out of everyone. And then Sony, with the last hurrah, came out like, okay, Dreamcast. And Dreamcast, for that moment, for that fleeting little moment, was beating the shit out of everybody. And
Want to
then,
hear? Want to hear something funny?
yeah.
So I'm looking. No, I just Google search Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It's going for $340 with 3 games and 2 remotes in the system.
Now?
Yeah,
An OG one or the ones that they rebuilt?
SNES system,
Uh-huh.
Donkey Kong Country.
No, because you know that they did this retro thing with the NES, the original NES, but it didn't have any actual games
Now
in it.
this was
No
like the
cartridges.
legit
It's just
OG one.
okay. So this is the OG one.
Yeah, it
No
looks OG.
cartridges.
It's refurbished. Super Nintendo system fully refurbished and good use. It's been cleaned for most cosmic flaws. Like most products, it's been tested and is guaranteed to work, backed by a 120-day guarantee. Donkey Kong Country packets,
And
SNES console, and it just brings up all the TV hookups
and it's 300 what?
and $40.
Oh my god. Yeah, you see, that's why I'm out of the game business now because it's too expensive for my taste right now. I'm totally out of the game stuff because it's not a vice that I can maintain right now. I mean, you're okay because you didn't waste no money on yours. You got yours. You won it.
Well, the time when it came out, I was financially stable, like better than I am now. But I mean, I'm also not doing what you're doing. Your own, I have technically 3 other incomes in this house. That if anything happens, I'm good. You're living by yourself. You're trying to get your wife and daughter over. Your
Yeah.
living situation is different than mine.
Yeah, so I have to put entertainment and my
Exactly.
wants on hold until I get what I really need, which is my
But
family. And
but
then
at
after
the
that,
time,
when the wife starts working, then we
it's a little
divide.
different.
Yeah, we divide the income between ourselves. Then that's how we're gonna get a little better.
But
And
at the time, like I said, I was making what I was making before. I'm making half of that now. I wouldn't be buying anything now,
yeah, I
like a
mean,
PlayStation 5
because
or
you get
anything like
more.
that.
You see what this is what we call maturing because you understand that you got responsibilities
Of course.
that oversees with what you want. Because when you were a kid, like I was saying before, I was a kid. I didn't have no responsibility. I had no kids to maintain. I had no family to think about. So guess what I did? I just wasted all my goddamn money on fucking video games. Why? Because what the fuck should I do? I was like, only shit I had to think about was paying rent, and that's it. I didn't even have to pay the water bills or anything, any bills whatsoever. It was just paying the rent and paying my phone bill, and that's it. That's it. That's all I give a
Or
shit about.
maturing and realizing you need to be an adult and things come outweigh the others.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's not that it's bad that you want these things. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that can you afford it?
You think I want to be driving a Honda? I'd rather be driving a freaking Acura, which if I stayed at my old job, I probably would have done it because I was making fucking legit money.
Well, I'm different in terms of vehicles. I really don't give a shit. What it is, as long as it's running and it doesn't die on me. That's all I give a shit about.
Yeah,
It,
my thing is cars, which I afford what I can afford in video games and TVs. Like I said, I saved my money at the time that the PS5 came out. I had the money already saved. But since I won it, I just bought a TV, which cost me the same amount that it was for a PS5.
I probably got a 70-inch.
Yes, I do. You
Yes.
saw. Oh, I didn't. I never sent you a picture of the TV, but it's
No.
70-inch 4K smart TV.
I would imagine it had to be a 70-inch because that's more or less the price tag that those things have.
Yeah, but at the time it was Black Friday. The TV was on sale for like 530, and I bought the warranty on it for 3 years, which came out to be like $600.
Hmm.
That's the money of the PS5 was going to cost me. So I bought the TV. I didn't need to buy a TV mount because the TV mount that I bought before, well, I used the same thing because it could hold up to a 90-inch TV.
Hmm.
So all I did was put the brackets on the back, tighten it up, and put that bitch on the wall. There you go. Now I got 4K PS5 connected to a 4K TV.
There you go.
But if I had to do that now, wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
I got a mortgage to pay. I got a roof to keep over my head. I got food to put on the table. I got a lot of.
Exactly.
I got a cell phone bill that needs to be paid because that's how you communicate with the world now.
Exactly. So you
So
see,
payphones.
you get your priority, your shit together. You get your priorities straight. That's a sign of maturity. You understand that things overlap another, and the things that you really would like to have, you have to put that shit on hold because bills don't pay themselves.
Exactly. And I don't need to have my ass out on the streets
Exactly. So
or back at mama's house.
it's not that you don't want to get those things. It's just that right now priorities take hold of whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
So yeah, I've been drawing. I've been doing some little drawings where more like, I don't know, should I call it abstract paint drawings or whatnot. I decided to probably go into painting, like doing like painting, canvases and shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, could be a way of earning some extra cash on the side. Lord knows I need it. It's just that the materials, that's the problem.
At the end of the day, just do whatever makes you happy because this world doesn't promise you shit.
Exactly. No, and that's what I mean. I'm like, if I'm going to do something to get a little extra income, might as well be something that I actually enjoy.
That's it.
Because you already, I mean, let's be honest and sincere here. I mean, who the hell does a job that they love? Like 1% of the planet, maybe, are totally satisfied with the work that they do in order to earn income for the house. We don't do the job with that we do, and I'm speaking in general terms, not very directly. But we don't. And when I say we're talking about the rest of the planet, the like 99.9% of the people that have jobs, that they don't do those jobs out of the goodness of their heart. Is because guess what? Bills need to get paid, and how the fuck we pay these bills? Working our asses off. That's how we do it. So we need to get a fucking job in order to pay these goddamn bills. Now, granted, not everyone pays the same and not everybody is content or happy.
Everyone's living arrangements.
Exactly.
Arrangements are a lot different than all of ours.
Exactly. And, things change and whatnot. But in the meantime, in between time, find shit that you enjoy and do it. I mean, God knows, who knows what will happen. Like maybe you'll struck luck and probably the living arrangement in the future will change. Who knows? By doing something that you love. I mean, most of the people, like for example, I talk about this dude in nauseism right now, but I don't give a shit. Joe Rogan. Yeah, he made his money with Fear Factor. Yeah, he made people eat donkey dicks, literally. Literally.
Yeah.
He made people, I mean, not him personally, but the company that he was working for, and he had to sit there and watch people eat dicks, literally. And so, but he said that set him up for life. Doing that shit, that set him up for life. He tells it himself. He said that gave me, he says, fuck you money. That gave him fuck you money, as in, hey, can you do this? No, fuck you. I can do whatever the fuck I want now. So guess what happened? His podcast started lighting up, and now he has the biggest podcast in the world, which
Yeah.
gets more views and listens than the Tonight Show, all the late night shows combined, and whatever TV ratings get now, because people want to hear something different other than the same old shit.
Yeah, he reminds me of Rob Dyrdek that does ridiculousness on MTV. I'm not sure if you ever
Uh huh.
ran
Uh-huh.
into that show.
Yeah,
That guy came from nothing.
dude, that dude is on rotation for life.
That dude, that show,
That show is, yeah, that show is on rotation for life.
that gave him fuck you money.
You switch a channel to whoever watches MTV nowadays, because I don't know who the fuck watches MTV anymore.
I don't even watch MTV to watch that.
But if you switch channels, like 99.9% of the time, that show is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Because he beat MTV at his own game, and not only does he own the show, by the way, if you didn't know that, he owns the show.
I know.
He owns the show. He won to the point that he made it that show has to be on rotation all the time. And that's basically MTV's programming now. Like 80% of MTV's programming is just that fucking show.
It's either that fucking show or Catfish.
And the dude hasn't filmed that show in years.
No, he's filmed it.
But he does it like sporadically.
No, he's been filming it. You just see a lot of reruns, but his new shows come out like Wednesday, either Wednesday or Fridays.
Anyways, the dude is making bank.
I understand.
The
But
dude
it's
is making
just like-
bank.
It's just like those guys that did Impractical Jokers. You can't watch True TV without seeing that fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys made fuck you money.
And the good thing about those examples is that it happened basically almost like by accident.
Oh yeah, Practical Jokers wasn't going to be shown at all. They didn't. True TV didn't even want to put it on, and they had. I think they canceled or they didn't have anything to show at one point in the summertime, and they just said, "Oh fuck it, just put this out there," and it was a hit.
No, and I can also cite another example that maybe is not like bank money or fuck you money, but it's still, in my view, a success, because success to me is not like, oh, how much money you're making. That's not it. It's that you live out of what you love. That's success for me. To me, that's the definition of success, that you live out of what you love. If you love something, you love doing something, and you can live your life, the rest of your life doing that, and you be okay financially, that to me is success. That is success, because you're doing what you love. Like, there is no better feeling that you know that you're not wasting your time, that you're not wasting minutes out of your life doing shit for other people that you don't give a fuck about. You have absolutely no fucks about this shit whatsoever. You don't give a shit about it, but you have to do it because, well, I'm getting paid. But no, this dude, and I'll say the name now, Kevin Smith. Have you heard of him?
I'm good with faces. I'm not really good with names.
Jay and Silent Bob.
The dude with the beard.
The
goatee. Okay.
Okay. Well, he's been around the block for a while, and he started his career doing Clerks. That was his first movie. He directed it, and he was in the movie as Silent Bob. So, but then his movie career has snowballed, and he continued to making movies. He was one of the first guys that worked with Ben Affleck before Ben Affleck was Ben Affleck. So he put him on the map. And he built his little empire to the point that I won't say he's rich, but he continues making movies. He has his own podcast empire. And he lives like, for example, just now, when I told you his name, you were like, I kind of know him. I don't know him. I don't know. But he lives a relatively good life. And he lives in Los Angeles. And he has his podcast empire. He directs, writes, and edits all his movies. They may be, I mean, the quality of it, you can judge it by yourself, whatever. It's not made for everybody. It's his particular sense of humor. And he's a stoner for life. So it has that stoner humor, but like California stoner humor. So
He's His net worth is 25 mil.
Exactly. See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. His net worth is 25 mil. It's like, would you like to have 25 mil in your bank account? Would
Yeah.
you like that? I mean, it's not Joe Rogan money. It's not these people money, the Impractical Jokers money, but it's good money. I mean, I would be happy if my net worth would be $1 million. I'd be happy with fuck with that money.
Joe Rogan is worth 120. I don't know how true this is.
I believe it has to be more than that because Spotify pays him more than that a year. Spotify pays him more than that a year.
Now they're saying it's 190. This is Forbes 2022.
Yeah, I believe that.
Monthly income is $4 million.
I believe that because, I mean, just the Spotify money alone, that dude is making bank. And whatever UFC pays him for doing the commentary, and whatever he makes on doing his comedy tours, doing his stand-up comedy tour.
I don't know how Rob Dyrdek is not worth more.
Dude, he's fine. He's fine.
I know he's fine, but I don't think so. I think he's worth. I don't think these people.
Plus, doesn't he own the sneaker brand? Doesn't he still own that one?
Yep.
Because he started off as a skateboarder. That's how he started out.
Oh yeah, I know. And then he did that fantasy, factory. Did Robin Big, and then he did Robin Big first,
and then
he did factory. Factory, and then he started this show.
Yeah, and he did it as a whimsical thing. He didn't even do it like very concentrated in it. He just did it like mostly like to scam MTV.
Well, he had an idea, and then that's how he got his co-host. Like his co-host, Chanel West Coast and CeeLo Brim. Like, he went to CeeLo and said, "Listen, I got the show idea. I'm gonna sell it to MTV. I want you on it." He just played off like, yeah, whatever, right? So he called him like 2 months later and goes, "CeeLo, remember that time that I told you I had this TV show I was pitching to MTV, and I wanted you on?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We start work Monday." He's like, "No way." Like, "Yeah, we start work Monday." He goes, "Who knew CeeLo Brim before this fucking show? Who knew Chanel West Coast before?" Yeah, she's a rapper, but she wasn't making it big like that. She's making her money on this show. And reruns, fucking show is on 20 hours out of the 24 hours a day. Just like Impractical Jokers. I could just imagine how much their net worth is because their show is on just as much. And they have a lot more shows on True TV to show other than the Practical Jokers. But their shows, their views are so high, they just can't take it off. It's ridiculous how much I watch it every night, and it's on. It's on until like 4:00 in the morning until they have like those those TV ads that buy an exercise bike and lose 40 pounds a day. You know what I mean? Like, it's that. But yeah, these dudes, 4 friends from Long Island, just made a show. Rob Dyrdek was like, "Hey, let's show people being stupid on the internet, on TV, and just make categories out of it." Then you got Joe Rogan, huh? Well, fuck you. Yeah. I'm gonna be a host. They're gonna pay me a lot of money to do it, and I'm gonna do my own fucking shit and make and bank.
Yeah, I mean, they even asked because that they kind of tried to they did try to bring back Fear Factor, like a few years later.
I don't think he was doing it.
No, right? He didn't. Because they asked him back and he was like, "Fuck you." He was like that. "Fuck you." That's what he told them. "Fuck you. I'm not doing that shit no more."
He didn't need to do it anymore.
No.
He didn't want to ruin the legacy of that show. That show should have never came back.
Not so much the legacy. It's just that he been there, done that. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. I don't need this shit. They needed him more than he needed them. You know what I'm saying? Because by the time they came back to him, he was already Joe fucking Rogan. You understand? He was already making his money in the UFC. He was already doing his stand up. His stand up career was already gaining weight, and the podcast was growing. So he was like, I'm already juggling enough balls. Plus, I don't want to see no more people eating donkey dicks.
Bring it back. And what was the show again? Fear Factor. Was like bringing back Whose Line Is It Anyway? You know that show?
Like...
They brought it back without Drew Carey and had this new Aisha Tyler.
She's okay. She's okay.
Never brought it back.
She's okay, but
never brought it back.
But the thing is that like you develop like what happened in America's Funniest Home Videos. You know, it was Bob Saget first. Then came who the fuck his name is?
Alonzo.
No, he did it last. Alonzo Ribeiro did it. The dude that was doing Dancing with the Stars, the host.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Like I think it was a French last name that he had. Berger. I don't know what the fuck. The thing is, he was okay, but it was like, no, I want to see Bob Saget. I want to see Bob Saget. This is Bob Saget's gig. And by the way, Bob Saget was the dirtiest comic under God's green earth. He used to do jokes about him fucking the Olsen twins.
Oh my God.
The dirtiest motherfucker under God's green earth. I mean, is the dirtiest. You like that, Michelle?
Oh my God.
I just killed Danny. Sager. I just killed Danny Tanner for you, didn't I?
Yes. Tom Bergeron.
Yeah, there you go. That's the dude.
He did it for 14 years.
Yes, he actually did it longer than Bob, I think. He did it longer than Bob Saget, I think. I believe so. I think Bob Saget only did it like for what, 8, 9, 10 years, something like that. I'm not sure.
Fucking thing just got renewed for its 33rd season.
Holy fuck. And it's Alfonso Ribeiro, a.k.a. Carlton.
So Bob Saget did it for...
He did it for a while.
He did it for 8 years.
So Bergeron...
John Dang and Daisy Fuentes did it for like 2 years.
Oh yeah, Daisy Fuentes.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
And this other dude, I don't know his name. John Fruit, I don't know who it is. I've never even seen him before. And then Tom Bergeron and now Alonzo doing it.
Yeah.
He's done it for 7 seasons.
Rivero?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I thought that was more recent.
So he started on season 26, and they're now going on 33.
Holy fuck.
So
that's
6
too
to
much.
4, 6 to 30 is 4, and then you had another 3 years. Yeah.
That's too much. And I don't know. I mean, who is recording home videos anymore? I mean, we all using cell phones right now.
Yeah, but people are still sending them in.
Yeah.
That's the only show that you can send in things that are not like ridiculousness that you're gonna try to get money for.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money.
Yeah,
I just give $10,000 for the winner or $100,000. I forgot how much they give.
I just remember the days where MTV was about actual music videos. You know, the actual music television.
But you have to expand. And
yes.
they did.
No. They expanded to the point that they are now a non-serving thing. I mean, what is the purpose of MTV anyways now? What is their purpose? What?
It's to do what every other fucking channel is doing. It's to give you entertainment.
That's not entertainment though. It's more like
ridiculousness is fucking entertainment. Maybe it's not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. But no. But God bless Rob Deerdick. God bless him. I mean, he found the game. I always it's like Booker T always said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game."
Yeah, that show to me, I can put it on and watch it all day.
Well, God bless him. I mean, no hating on him whatsoever. I mean, he found a way to make his money, and he's making his money. God bless. God bless. No, no, nothing against him whatsoever. God bless. Keep making that money. God damn it. Keep
Yeah, I
making that
think
money.
they just came out with a new show on Wednesday, and Chanel's pregnant now, so she's probably not going to be on there. But I don't know how Impractical Joker is going to go on without Joe Gatto. He was the damn show.
Well, the other guys are good.
They're good, but Joe Gatto, I mean, that guy had balls. He had fucking cojones. That there was. I just watched one last night when they were in a room with another person, and they had, and it's an older one. It's obviously, and it was like read the text that that you got sent, and you had to
Those
have the
fucks
person
have no
agree,
show.
like, should I say this back or something like that. And he goes, it was something like, please come into the schools dressed up as Black Santa, and the guy was black.
Oh my god.
So he he walked up, and they thought he was gonna lose. So he went back to where they were all three of them were standing. And he goes, "Oh, you think I won't say it? Watch this." And he goes back out there and says it, and he fucking wins. Like, this guy has balls. There's nothing. The only time I ever saw him.
So
really,
he's
like,
that
was
group's
just like,
Steve-O. He's that
yeah,
group Steve-O.
yeah. If the only time, and he's the
Or
main guy too.
was because he's no longer.
Well, yeah, but he's making a ton of money off the show still. Anyway, the reruns are crazy. Um, he they had a thing that they had a wheel, and you had to throw a dart on it, and it was to kiss a stranger. So he went to sit at a table where a person was. It was only like on a cheek or something like that. It wasn't anything, but or was it on the lips? I forgot what it was. But it's like the only time I really saw him go and his wife came to it was in the mall. I think it was in the Palisades. Like, was there, and she sat right next to the girl he was talking to.
Oh my
because he was
God.
thinking of doing it. And he says, "No way, I'm kissing another woman in front of my wife," and gave his wife a kiss and lost the challenge. That's the only time I ever saw him give like a complete "hell no." But anything else, this guy just did it. He didn't lose much on that show, and I think they made him start losing on purpose because it was just like he wasn't losing.
I remember the prank. Have you seen all the Jackass movies?
No, I saw like number one, but I Jackass was really not like my cup of tea. Like tea of sort. It was a little crazy.
No. My favorite prank. I mean, I haven't seen the new movies, but mine was on Jackass 2. It was that this was the prank that Steve-O didn't want to do.
So if he didn't want to do it, it was bad.
Yeah, it was Ryan Dunn who did it.
He passed away, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been dead for a while. But Ryan Dunn was the only one that was willing to do it. You know what was the prank?
No.
Oh God, how do I describe it?
Has anything to do with genitalias?
They put a toy car inside a condom and shoved it up Ryan Dunn's ass.
And what was funny about that?
They had to go to the doctor in Miami, Florida, and tell them. And the story that I had to sell to the doctor was like telling him, I was in a party last night and things got fucked up and I just blanked out. And now I just woke up with a pain up my ass that I don't know what the hell's going on. So can I do like an X-ray or shit, something that's happened to me? So that was the story they were planning. And before they did it,
is it one of these Hot Wheel cars?
Yeah, a Hot Wheel car up his ass. The thing is, they told Steve-O, and Steve-O said that's the only. Steve-O was willing to do it. He was willing to do it. But when he told his dad is like, if you put that fucking car up your ass, I'm disowning you. You will not get a penny from me. And
what do you need a penny from him for?
But you have to understand, those days, Steve-O, it was like, those days he was so high on shit that it was like like you remember when Ryan Dunn died, everybody was like, so it wasn't Steve-O? I mean no disrespect. But it's just that, Steve was the crazy one. Steve has always been the crazy one. And he was very bad by life decisions at that point. Unfortunately, Ryan Dunn was the one who died first. But Ryan Dunn was like, I don't give a shit. I'll put the fucking cars on. So they actually show the image of lubing him.
Oh, my God.
And putting the condom for the Hot Wheel cars up his ass. So they go to the doctor, and the doctor is a Cuban. He's a Cuban doctor. So they have to put subtitles to show everything that he's saying. And the doctor sees the x-ray, and he calls the nurse, and he starts talking in Spanish, but they put the subtitles because the cameras are still rolling. And you just hear the doctor say, ay bendito, mira cómo se puso este desgraciado, una camioneta en el culo. I fucking died laughing. Oh God, I died. I was dying laughing. Oh my God, I had tears in my eyes laughing with that shit. I was like, oh, mira Dios mío, pero se puso un carrito entre el culo. Mira esto, bendito. And then he calls Ryan Dunn and is like, look, come here. And his best broken down English. He was like, come here, look. You brought your friend here with the camera. He knows what happened. That's too many people already. He started to tell her, look, you better get your shit together. You better get your life right, man, because they shoved a fucking car up your ass. Oh God! Every time I remember that scene, I die. But then I get a little sad because Ryan Dunn is no longer with us.
Yeah, well, that was another stupid thing he decided to do.
Yeah,
like on the podcast that you had last week without me about drinking and driving.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did he take his life, he took someone else's life.
Yeah, that's fucked. I mean, Bam Margera has never been the same since then. Yeah, that fucked him up for life. Because that was his best friend. That was his best friend. And that fucked him up for life. To this day. Again, Deontay Wilder. Have you seen the meme yet?
No.
Oh,
no.
Fuck. Look it up. Deontay Wilder to this day. Look it up, and then you'll see.
You got me hooked on fucking Joey Diaz now. The dirtiest fucking person I ever heard. And I'm stuck watching it because...
Cocksucker!
Fucking guys all over my YouTube channel now. And it's not like I run into a fucking thing, that skit that he ever did that I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta watch it because I haven't seen this one. And then I found he did a special, his first comedy special in Chicago, and I watched that fucking thing.
Oh God!
It was on Amazon Prime. I watched it, and it was just.
Have you seen the Changing Flavor story yet?
No, but that fucking nun one was hilarious.
You better watch that one. Why you think his handle is Mad Flavors World?
Oh my God!
You gotta watch that one.
Send it to me.
It's changing flavors.
And then this fucking guy was like, "Yeah, I see my dad kill a couple of people." Like, what the fuck? And then I'm trying to, I can't find, and I don't know if he ever came out with the story or why he got arrested when he got arrested and got charged with a felony because he kidnapped someone. And he goes, "That's another story for another day." Did he ever tell that story, or is that just an ongoing thing?
Okay, I think I found the Changing Flavor story. I'm gonna have to share it with you. Oh my God!
But it's just like it's a never-ending thing with him. Like it's all over my fucking YouTube now. It's like every time I open up YouTube to go watch something, it's fucking Joey Diaz.
Oh God, no, he's the GOAT. Why you think Joe Rogan says he's the GOAT? Joe Rogan says it. Every time they ask him, he says, "Who's the GOAT?" Joey Diaz.
You fucked me up, man.
Joe Rogan says it. He's the GOAT. Joey. I mean, Nobody makes Joe Rogan laugh like Joey Diaz. Nobody. I mean, he's a murderer. He's a murderer. I mean, he has, and he tells you directly, like, what the hell? He tells you, what the fuck you expect me to talk to you? Like, who are my heroes? Andrew Dice Clay, Richard Pryor. Those are my heroes. What you fuck me want me to do? What you want me to do? That's how I talk.
Yeah, you fucked me up big time.
I like it when he starts promoting Manscaped. Oh my god. He says the most fucked up shit. Promoting Manscaped. He said, look, you want your crotch to smell like 25 dead Iranians?
Oh my god.
God, he's such a savage. He doesn't give a shit about it.
He doesn't.
He's the most non-PC person on earth.
He gives no fucks.
And he always says, it's like, is this or fuck your mother?
But with that nun thing, what got me was like, yeah, he goes, nah. I know what you're saying. I put a fucking nun in the head. Like, fuck her. She was about to beat me.
And he goes, fuck you stupid fucking cunt.
Then my friend started kicking her. Then I called my mom. And you know, my mother, she was all high on dope and shit. Came down with a bunch of Cubans. Ma, she was gonna hit me.
Oh my god. Oh, just watch that one, the changing flavor story. You're gonna die. You'll die laughing. You'll die laughing. This dude has. Oh, yo, you should see him rant when he gets fired up and he starts ranting. Oh my god, that is hilarious. When he starts talking, this is America, you cocksucker. You know who gets dick sucked? We get our dick sucked. We're Americans, goddammit. Here's the goat. And on that note, we'll end this podcast.
Oh my god.
We'll end that on that note.
Fucking Joey Diaz.
Go search the great and powerful Joey Diaz.
Oh.
Mr. Mad Flavor World himself. The best of the best. The murderer. The murderer of murderers. The man that makes the Punisher look like a Tiny Toon Adventures story.
His stories never stop.
Oh God, he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. If you like,
never stop.
Look,
it's just
anybody that's listening, he has a sick sense of humor like I do, because this is not for the sensitive kind.
Oh, this fucking guy is dangerous.
This is not for the sensitive. Like, if you were raised 80s with Andrew Dice Clay, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy Raw, that type of shit. If you were raised by that type of shit, Sam Kinison, if that's the type of shit that you know about comedy, then Joey Diaz is right out that alley for you. Enjoy.
Yeah, if any of you guys are listening to this are sensitive about certain things,
don't. Oh no, he will. There is no PC blood in that man's body, and there is no PC filter in his mouth. He will call people the N-word.
Yeah,
he will call people of a certain persuasion.
He'll call you the C word. He'll call you anything. He has no filter. He's
no.
Plain out raw.
And don't try to cancel him. He is uncancelable. He's uncancelable.
You can't cancel that dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
He's uncancelable. He does not give a shit. They tried to, by the way. They tried to.
Like, don't get me wrong. There's some things that he said. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. But everything else is just, it's his life.
The dude has no filter. I mean, he will tell you straight can be what is.
There's no, you know what I mean? It's just his life. It's his story.
No, you haven't heard the whole thing, and you haven't heard the whole thing.
No, I haven't. And
look,
I'm just getting started with him. But
there's this podcast called The Honeydew, with another comedian that he has been interviewing Joey now for the past year, getting him by sections to talk about the entire life story of Joey Diaz. And right now, I think they're in part like 7.
I just don't know why he doesn't have his own podcast.
He does.
Where? I need to fucking
He
find
does.
this
It's
thing.
called Uncle Joey's Joint.
Oh my god, I got it.
It's called Uncle Joey's Joint. And he had the best name of a podcast. It was called The Church of What's Happening Now. And the clips of that podcast, they're still available on YouTube, by the way. Like my first introduction to that podcast, The Church of What's Happening Now. He used to film it back when he was living in California, in L.A. He lives in North Bergen, New Jersey now, by the way.
He went back home.
Yeah, he went back home. He lives in North Bergen. So when he was living in Los Angeles, he had a co-host. It was called Lee Syed. And Lee, he would always torture Lee, giving the stars of death. He always lied to him and tell him, no, it's only 200 milligrams. And it was 1,000.
Oh my god.
Poor Lee Syed was tripping balls. The dude was in outer space. He was light years away. He wasn't even aware where he was. You just see the camera looking at him, and he's just looking at the stars in heaven like, what the fuck? And Joey just laughing his ass off. Just Joey Lee is just going, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you fucked me up with them, man.
There was one podcast that they both got high as fuck, and the guy that was being interviewed was just looking at them and like, oh, so what are we talking about? And both of them were just looking up the sky with their mouth open. Gone. 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 And that's why, kids, you don't do drugs.
I think the last thing I did was
No, I've never done anything. I mean,
No, I never done anything either. No, but I think the last joke I heard was he had to go to the doctor or something, and his nose was fucked up, and he had his nose he had to get the surgery done, and it broke his nose and everything like that, and they looked up his nose, and they were like, "Yeah, you did coke, didn't you?"
Probably.
And the doctor didn't really ask him. He goes, he wanted to ask me, but he didn't ask me.
You were snorting coke, weren't you? It was like, yeah.
You ever watch that special he did in Chicago?
No, dude. I've already been watching all the shit. By the way, there's also comedy skits that he's recorded. Most of them are online. Called Joey Karate.
Oh my god!
Like, no, dude, I'm opening a door to you that is dangerous to go in.
You already fucked me up.
This is a gateway towards
on the Rogan show, and then I watched that thing with the nun.
Oh god, this is not happening.
I tell you, I can't open up my YouTube without fucking seeing Joe Rogan. I mean,
Joey Diaz. Hey,
your fault.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Like, your life will never be the same.
Oh my god! And like I said, he is. Whoever is listening to this, if you're going to search him, if you don't have the patience to watch someone that just does his shit and just talks the truth, I would not watch him. I would not watch him. Like,
oh my god!
Like you said, he's not PC. He's a straight shooter, and he won't stop.
He's a beast from another generation. You have to understand. Back in the 70s, that's how people talked, and he's from that ilk.
He's not gonna change.
No, he's set up in his own way. He's set up in his ways. He's almost 60. That's it. He's set up in his ways.
Almost 60, and he's making a ton of money and just fucking bullshitting and telling his story and telling it the way he wants it to tell it.
So once again, a shout out to Uncle Joey, Uncle Joey's Joint. Everybody calls him Uncle Joey. So shout out, go check him out. Go check his shit out. I think he's touring right now with Bert Kreischer, doing stand up tour with Bert Kreischer right now. So
to do some kind of skit or showing of that because he's fucking hilarious now. He's just getting better. So
Who, Bert Kreischer?
no, Diaz,
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Joe, Uncle Joey.
Yeah, no, Bert Kreischer is just famous for his The Machine story.
Never heard of it.
Look at that shit up. The Machine story. And Bert Kreischer is easy to single out because he's the only comic that is fat and goes on stage without a shirt. So,
Oh my god.
So it's easy to find. He's easy to pinpoint. So check that. That's all. The Machine story is fucking gold. That story is so gold. You know what happened? He actually filmed a movie about that story, and he's playing himself. And guess who's playing his dad?
Who?
Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. Oh God! And he did it during the pandemic. He filmed the movie during the pandemic. He went to Russia to film it.
Oh my god!
It is fucking hilarious. I would recommend that story. Anyway, this is truly the end of the podcast now. I know we've done a lot of false finish. Like this was Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man back in WrestleMania. But
oh yeah.
But hey, this is the actual finish now. Okay, so now Ricky Steamboat going for the win, winning that Intercontinental Championship. That's a lot of wrestling references right there. Anyway, this has been the Husky Babu. Remember to go to the tpublicstore.com. That shit is working. So I'm going to continue to promote it here. That shit is working. Keep buying shit. Make me money.
Go buy shirts. Go buy stickers. Go buy anything. You don't
Yes.
need to be. Doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need to be small. Just buy whatever you can.
Give us money.
No, I won't see anything. Give Ariel money.
Okay. Give me money. Okay.
Give me money.
And remember the website, huskyredwoodpod.com. That's where all the old podcasts are. If you want to binge on that, God bless. I mean, mental health will be applied. I hope you have insurance. Anyway, this has been the Husky Bible. This has been Ariel and my co-host. And your handle again for the people. I know. Look it up. Well, I'll talk while you look it up.
Johnny Boy 426.
Oh, he got it. And my handle is that Ariel Duran on Instagram, Twitter. Do not look us up at Facebook. Do not. Do not. Do not.
You can do it. You can friend request us.
Oh yeah.
You're just gonna You're just gonna be with the rest of the people and friends and family that.
Oh yeah. You're gonna be stuck with. You're gonna be 185 waiting.
You'll be 186.
You're gonna be there waiting. I mean, you're gonna grow some gray hairs in your head waiting for that one to happen. Anyways, this has been the Husky Bible Podcast. Take care, everyone, and we'll listen to each other, or you will listen to us, rather, next week when
everyone.
you decide to listen to this torture. Anyway, take care.
Peace out.
Bye.